Alright, stick with me because this is one of the most famous stories in the Bible. You've probably heard it before, but you probably haven't heard about the lessons from this chapter. So stick with me. Let's dive into the story and then we'll see the lessons, alright? It's about a young shepherd defeats a giant warrior, not with armor or sword, but with faith in God and a simple sling, okay? The first part of the chapter covers Goliath challenge Israel. The Philistines and Israelites camp opposite each other in the valley of Elah. A giant named Goliath, over 9 feet tall, comes out daily for 40 years to challenge Israel.
Chose a man to fight me. If he kills me, we serve you. If I win, you serve us.
Saul and his army are terrified. No one dares to face Goliath. The king Saul was tall and should have been the one to fight, but he lacks courage, okay? So the second part of this chapter covers David visits the battlefield. David, the youngest son of Jesse, is not a soldier. His father sends him to bring food to his older brothers in the army. While there, David hears Goliath and he hears Goliath's taunts and asks, "Who is this circle?" Wait, while there, David hears Goliath taunts and asks, "Who is this uncircumcised Philistines that we should defy the armies of the living God?" David's brothers mock him, but he's not afraid. David sees what no one else does, that God is being dishonored and someone needs to act. Okay? The third part of the chapter covers David volunteers to fight. Saul hears about David's boldness and calls for him. David says, "Let no one lose heart. I will fight him." Saul doubts, but David is just a youth. Okay, but David tells him he has killed lions and bears as shepherd. The Lord who delivered me then will deliver me now. David's faith is built on past experience of God's help, okay? So the fourth part of the chapter covers David rejects armor and trusts God. Saul tries to give David his armor, but it's too heavy and unfamiliar. David removes it and instead takes his staff, 5 smooth stones, his sling. Victory isn't about weapons, it's about faith in God's power, okay? The fifth part of the chapter covers the battle and the bold declaration. Goliath laughs at David.
I am a dog that you come at me with sticks.
David replies with one of the most powerful declarations in Scripture. You come to me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, whom you have defied. The battle is the Lord's, and he will deliver you into our hands. David runs toward the giant, slings a stone, and hits Goliath in the forehead, and the giant falls dead. A single stone, guided by God, defeats a warrior that terrified an entire army. The sixth part of the chapter covers Israel's victory. David takes Goliath's own sword and cuts off his head. The Philistines flee. Israel pursues them and wins a huge victory. Saul asks,
Who is this young man?
a reminder that David is still unknown to the king, okay? This event begins David's rise to a national fame, right? So, what are the key lessons from this chapter? The first one is true courage comes from faith, not size. David's boldness came from trusting God and not himself. Second lesson, God uses what you already have. David didn't need Saul's armor. He uses his own sling and experience. Third lesson, God's name deserves to be defended. David couldn't tolerate Goliath mocking God, and he acted. Fourth lesson, victory belongs to the Lord. David makes it clear this battle is God, not his. So the first Samuel chapter 17 is more than an heroic story. It's a reminder that God can use anyone, no matter how young or overlooked, to great things when they trust him. David's victory over Goliath isn't just military, it's spiritual, and it begins his journey toward becoming a king, okay? If you enjoyed this chapter, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one.